This is Jonathan Kirkland with Virtual Group. I've got a great webinar for you today. Kind of report back to you what I've been up to and share with you what I did. I think that you can take this and run with it and really blow it out. So let's see here. We've got people already. You know what I'm going to ask. If I can hear you, and can you hear me, and can you see me on the slides? So we got Ed in the house, Iris, Diego here, Antonia, David, good to have you. Richard, yes, thank you very much. I'm doing great. William, Terry, all right. Michael, Gary, out there, Casey, okay. Jennifer, glad to have you. And of course, Mr. Up to No Good, Rusty. Larry, good to see you. Let's get started. John, you as well. All right, so what we're going to be talking about is, you are a digital marketing expert. I guarantee you are, because you've got the tools, and even if you're not super experienced, we can make you an expert. I can tell you, you already know more about digital marketing than probably the 95% of the business owners that are out there. So I want to show you how you can leverage your and make more sales to really crush it this year in 2017. Okay? So what thing about, let me get this thing out of the way here. And by the way, guys, I'm not going to be able to see your questions. I'm only on one monitor, so I'll get to your questions as we be patient. Staff is on the line, so if you do have specific questions that they can answer about anything, don't hesitate to ask. I will go and go through the questions and make sure that everything is answered properly, but I don't have it on my screen live as I go through. But put them in, and then, or you can wait till the end of your questions. So I want to show you how you can exploit the huge opportunity in business associations. Then we're going to show you how to leverage your status, your expert status, with hundreds, possibly thousands of people instantly. How to have people banging on your door asking for help, and how to sell without selling a thing. Now, this is not theory, this is real, because I just got through doing this. So I want to show you what we did and really what's happening since, okay? So the first thing we want to talk about are business associations. I just got back from one of the largest association meetings, expos in the United States. We're talking about the the North American Dealers Association. This is every car dealer in North America. They all come into the big show. It was in New Orleans. 24,500 or more, representing just really thousands of dealers from across the country. Now, this is a specific event for the association, but it really showed what these associations and what you can do when you can get in front of them. Okay. I want to stress that associations are a key to your success. All right, it's incredible. If a sales partner invited me in, and we'll get into this, but they decided, okay, we'll meeting, and they had an expo, and then they submitted to have me come in as a speaker. And so I went in and held 4 or 5 workshops. One workshop was just recorded with no onto the NADA University that they use to publish out to make it available to all of their dealers. So they have a learning. They call it NADA University. It's a real deal. So I recorded an evergreen workshop live in front of us. It was all professionally done. It was really cool. I had 3 other workshops that were just to NADA members, and then I had another workshop was translated live to a room full of Portuguese speakers, Spanish speakers, and Italian speakers. And it was a huge success. So we're going to go through what I did, how I presented, no pitch fashion, and gave away a lot of value. I want to show you how you can use these exact same steps to get in front of an association that's around you or a national association. But the reason why you run associations or become a member is you are talking to a group of people that have the same challenge as the rest of the association. Okay, they're usually in the same niche or the same industry, and a lot of them share the same pain. Once you find out what that pain is for that association or that group of people, and you're able to solve it, you can really focus on that niche and understanding from those members and those people connecting together. When you have that, they see your industry go-to guy or lady, I'm sorry, go-to person, okay? And when I say guys, I mean in a this general fashion. I know that 50% of our business is from women, so don't be offended by that. But the point is, find out what the challenge is for that association and solve the problem, okay? With the NADA, a lot of the problems with dealers and the marketing that's being provided by these huge, literally billion-dollar corporations that are doing their marketing and their SEO and their paid search, is their challenge was they're being marketed to by the same companies, really the top 5 big providers in the industry that have they're endorsed by the OEMs, and they are not forced, but really pushed and not educated on their other choices. And the same SEO provider working for them as they do the dealer across the street. So, we identified a lot of these problems and went in and said, hey, look, your challenges, look what you should be doing. We're going to go through that, so just hold on. So, find the challenge and solve it. Okay, association's important. Number one, it's an easy way to reach a large group of people. Okay, it is that you get out, but the thing is, if you get an association, you join an association, a lot of times they give you the direct way that you can contact their members, but you have to do this the right way. But it's an easy way to reach a big group of people, whether it's local or national. It's easy to find and contact these associations. Every niche, every industry has an association. It's easy to find the association that you're looking for, okay? Now, you also need to show you add value and you become the go-to expert inside that association, okay? The thing here is to show how you add the value and you will become the go-to expert. Let's show you how on this. Okay, the associations in your niche. Are you handling attorney work? There's great associations out there, even that are just for marketing departments of attorneys. Okay, just go to Google, you'll find them. Real estate, there are big associations in real estate. There's national associations. Okay, there are regional and state associations for real estate. There are local associations for real estate. Get involved. Find out how you can join. Obviously, we're talking about auto dealers. There's different associations for independent auto dealers, and also there's the NADA. There's that have their own association. There's associations in the region or in the state. Okay, them and get involved. But my point is, every niche has an association. You just have to, I mean, I'm here in Austin, Texas right now, New Orleans, and there's a dairy farmers association. There's up the road, they've got a steakhouse association. You name it, there is definitely a niche. That every niche has an association. So think about where you can go in. What's your what is it you're an expert at from your previous business, or what is your passion for, and find association for that niche. We kind of covered this, but what are the associations directly in your area? What is some low fruit? If you're in a big city, I guarantee you there's, or even a capital city, there are associations that are based in that area. If, like, for instance, for example, I know that I keep on repeating them in Austin, Texas. It's also the state capital. So there's a lot of associations that actually have offices here in Austin. If you're fortunate enough to be either in the capital of your state or close to it, you should be able to easily find these associations, even the offices. It's not a bad idea, to get in touch with them, even going in directly and saying, hey, you know what, I've got a passion for this and I really want to join the association. Are all about helping their members and collecting dues, right? And so you do need to show some sort of affiliation, becoming an affiliate of the association, not even a full-blown member, okay? Depends on the association, but you should be able to find a way in. Last but not least, are the Chamber of Commerce. That's an association. Get involved. There's those the Rotary Club. There's all these different things that you can go for. So when we talk about associations, you can definitely go after those business associations, but there's all means to get in front of people and really establish yourself and exploit this opportunity. Okay, how do you leverage your expert status with hundreds and possibly thousands of people? Okay, we got an open mic. 1 second, guys, sorry. Let me kill this open mic. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. All right. So let's talk about leveraging yourself and getting out there. It's that dreaded thing called public speaking, right? I know a lot of people have a fear of speaking, but we've got some ways around that. But the biggest thing that you can do is getting out there and doing some speaking. You can start small and get your confidence up. You can start with small groups, but I'm going to tell you right now, speaking gives you credibility. If you want your business to explode in 2017, get out there and do some public speaking. It's all about getting in front of people. If you need to get in front of 3 people in the beginning and grow to get over it, then that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to show you kind of like what I did with the presentation in a VA, and by walking through it, you can really, once you know your material really well, it's very easy for doing public speaking. But remember, if you get involved in these associations and you're able to go up there and do a presentation or a workshop, you're really going to show you're the expert, gives you credibility, and people are going to respect you. Okay? Come to you. There's different methods to get over the fear of public speaking. I suggest you Google it and practice. But remember, small and gaining that confidence is where it's at. Okay. Some of the ways that you can get out there with your public is with your association, offer a no-pitch workshop. Go in there and be very clear. The NADA was very, very clear with me on what I could and couldn't say. I had to be vetted. The presentation had to be submitted months ago. the presentation back in late August and early September, and then it was approved by legal. Zero pitching, zero handing of business cards. There was no pitching at all in the workshop. You went, wow, how did you even, how could you even sell with that? I'm going to show you how. So the no pitch workshop involves showing the challenges the group faces, okay, offering really good education, the real stuff, not fluff, not any kind of BS that's out there, but really showing them, hey, this is what marketing is all about, and this is what you need to be doing, right? You'd be surprised how many people are out there that are spending big money on marketing that really don't understand the game, okay? So it's super important that you're able to show them good stuff, real stuff. And also, it's not about pitching. You don't want to even get into trying to pitch or talk about your services. What you want to do is talk about the industry. Talk about the issues that are inside the industry. And also, giving away some secrets. All right? There's a lot of people, there's a lot of companies out there in the SEO and more online digital world, and they like to hide behind smoke and mirrors and not really tell people what their secrets are or what they do. I say put it out there, okay? Especially when you're giving a presentation to these groups, you're really going to be able to gain that credibility and that trust by giving away the secrets, the secret sauce of what you do. And remember, the more that you give, the more value you give, the more you're going to get back, okay? So it's really key that when you give one of these no-pitch workshops that you try and just slam them with really great content. Okay, so at some point here, let me go ahead and I'm going to bring this up. I want to show you guys what I did. This is my actual presentation. That let me make sure everyone can see this. Can everybody see the, it says SEO and page search, which provides better value? You go ahead and okay, you can see it. All right. Let's see here. Okay, great. So let me move this aside. All right, so this is kind of where it went. I started off with showing what the difference was, because the auto industry is taught to use a lot of paid search because it's easy and they make a lot of money, the companies that are doing the management. And SEO is such a three-letter bad word. We all know that. So it's hard to get people really into and learning about SEO. So I basically put up some stats about where the eye goes, what is it about organic search results getting better click-through rates than paid ads, showing that SEO was more valuable and that they got a better results long-term with a greater return on investment off using SEO. And then we went into how to find if your SEO provider is treating you right, and basically went through asking the dealers to get an independent SEO audit and website report done. Remember, I could not pitch a company to do this. This was just a general deal of saying, hey, you need to audit your SEO company and audit your site and find out what's wrong with it and see what they're doing wrong and right. So I showed basically a SEO audit and then said, look, let's go through and what are these? And started listing and talking about each one of these items that are on the SEO report. Now, going through these, we can do another webinar on how I built this and make it available to you. It's not a problem. But let me show you just some key things. I went through and was talking about doing the indexing, what your actual pages are, what does Google show your pages are, simple stuff, trying to really keep it simple. but when we went into the secrets of building citations and even talking about, this is where that people really paid attention, is when we started talking about what your home page needs to have, what the other pages, the content that's needed on your other site, on your other pages on your site, right? Giving away specifics, not just saying, oh, your home page needs to be optimized. I used solid numbers, okay? Where your home page needs to have 1,500 to 2,000 words. How the first page of Google, 70% of the results on first page of Google, their home page has over 1,500 words on it. Things like this. Then we talked about duplicate content, which is a problem in the industry. Okay, when we found the same blog post being posted on all of these different sites, and we showed what how come you're using these type of SEO companies that are putting same duplicate content across the board on every single dealer site that's paying for this, right? So we were exposing things. And it just goes forever on this. Then we talked about thin content. We gave an example of what Google says about thin content. And we showed that they've only got a couple of blog posts per month, and that that same blog post that we saw earlier only has 158 words, and it's not enough. And these guys are paying crazy money for this kind of service, okay? So it's kind of like showing real deal, what are the issues that association is covering or has. And it's easy to find. All you have to do is really look. Just go to Google and start looking at the members of the association and find out where are their holes. Are their websites all old? Who are they using? If you look at the medical niche and you see some of these big, huge companies that do medical websites, and you see that they're putting the same kind of content across on all these different medical websites, or insurance. We see that with these insurance players where you can see who bought the templated website and never changed it. And it's got a lot of duplicate content across the board. These are opportunities. Going in and showing what happens when you do somebody that's the right type of content, and showing what that's all about. Okay? We talked about what's needed on a monthly basis. Okay? Remember, everything that we have, we've covered. The product that you have available to you with the SEO 2017 service, it covers all of this. So you really have the ability to show what a lot of these other SEO companies are not doing. We even talked about Google-focused unique content. This was kind of like when you're talking about your secrets, you lower your voice a little bit and you're like, hey, like you're telling, really, and that's the way it is. A lot of people don't know about what we're doing with our premium packages, okay? So if you're able to tell them, hey, you know what? One thing that no one else is doing is Google amplified content or Google focused content. This is the way we're doing it. We're putting this stuff out and we're distributing it across, Google PDF and all these different areas because Google loves Google, right? You've got this product in your hand. You can easily show that, this is a secret, and people love this stuff. They're so intrigued because their SEO provider right now is not giving them any type of visibility in what they do, okay? So I talked about video marketing and using YouTube, and then, went into giving a case study and showing how going after doing all of the things that I talked about in the presentation, what they will do for the end user, the consumer, and how it just dominates the market. Wherever you go in that area, if you're looking for a Subaru, you're going to see this client, okay? And it all reflects back to what we gave in our presentation, because we say, look, this is how this is the problem in the industry. These are the SEO issues that you need to understand and then you need to vet. And here's what, if you do it right, this is what the result is, and resulting in a great case study. Now, because we submitted this early and I wasn't able to, what I wasn't able to include was a work report. Okay, so having the work report and showing the work report, I think, is a key thing to be able to put into your presentation. But you have to be, you want to be able to dumb it down. But I think that in your presentation, if you've got what the challenges are for the industry, some really good examples that are pertinent, some screenshots of actual bad SEO or bad results, and how they can improve by using the techniques that you already have without even having to pitch that you sell them. Okay? Anyway, let's keep going. Let's see here. Let me start this slideshow. Click on the current slide. Okay. All right. So give away the secrets. The more you give, the more you get. If you're not able to give a workshop for the association, I want you to consider hosting a webinar. Being able to get with the association and say, hey, look, I'm going to give you my presentation up front. I want to show you what I'm going to be doing and what I'm going to be talking about to the association members, but I want you to publicize this, and I'm going to offer it for free. Okay? By showing them the PowerPoint that you have in advance, and it shows that you don't have anything in there that's marketing you. I mean, just you, not your services, but positions your name and your company name is okay. But being able to submit this to the association and say, hey, look, this is what it is. I just really want to dispel a lot of myths and misnomers about digital marketing, and I really want to help your members, okay? But, offering to host this webinar. Number one, it's easy for people to attend, all right? All of you are on here. You didn't have to go anywhere, and you're on the line. It's terrific. We do these every week, right? It reduces your fear. If you have a feeling of you don't want to be in front of people and everything like that, that's okay. You can hide behind the computer just as I am right now. I mean, it's very easy to have a webinar where you don't have to worry, make sure that, oh, my makeup's perfect, my hair's right, am I wearing the right clothes? It's okay. Webinars, this is all about content. So it also gives you the ability to really prepare and practice, okay? You can record it and push it. So the people that come into your webinar, you're able to record this, put it on your website, and allow the association to send this out to all their members. We use gotowebinar.com. There's the other ones that are out there. We just use this one, but there's other software where you can give out, you can start small. I think there's even free packages where you can have up to 25 people on a webinar. And if you expect more, you start paying up to 100, and then it gets, up to 500 and 1,000. But it's reasonable. There's no excuse that you can't try this. Let's see. Now, ask for help, okay? I am willing to help you. We are willing to help you at the office. You want me to help co-host the webinar? We can do that. Just as I did for the company that went to the NADA, they put out probably $100,000 for a booth, and with all the expenses, we flew out staff to the expo, everything like that to try to make sure that it was a big event and it was a huge deal. We did a partnership on that, and it's crazy right now with the business that's coming in. If you have something like this that you want to do, I want you to reach out to me, even if it's just co-hosting a webinar. I don't mind being on there as your director of operations, or your your whatever title you want to give me. I don't mind coming in and really helping with co-hosting a webinar or even a big event. So please ask for help. Now, how are you going to have people banging on your door asking for your help? Now, by preparing a valuable presentation, taking the time to specialize the presentation to the niche, and including the real facts that show what they're missing. This is going to really establish your expertise. And by not pitching anything, they see this stuff and they're like, man, this guy, number one, knows his stuff in my niche. Now, you may be saying, well, how do I take a case study that may be for auto and take it to real estate? Okay? Look, the case study can be that, you know what, this is the hardest industry to get ranked. And I want to show you how we did in the hardest industry and how we're going to apply it to your niche, because here's all the problems. But if you know what the facts are about their niche and the challenges that they face, it doesn't matter so much on the case study until you have one that you can use. Okay? But the key is knowing the niche. So, for instance, I know that there are guys on the webinar right now that deal with the real estate niche. They have friends and customers right now that are in real estate. They know the challenges, and they really focus in on those. And if you brought them in, they could build a webinar. I think they could build a presentation on this very easily. I know Steven's on the line. He specializes in attorneys. He knows the problem the attorneys have. You know, they're getting hit with PPC, and they're PPCing to death. Some of these guys are spending $20, $30, $50, $100,000 a month on pay-per-click, and they're just not knowledgeable about really putting the money into SEO because it takes longer. But the effects are much bigger. So if you're able to go in there and say, hey, look, you're constantly having to pay more to be that DUI attorney, and it's the only people that are really crushing it are the digital marketing firms that are charging a percentage, as well as Google. Think about the other way, and being able to show that this, you know, knowing what these guys are doing in budgets, knowing particulars about the industry inside, you're going to be able to prepare a better presentation. Now, real education is the key. So if you want to get in front, you want to have this credibility, give them the real way to do SEO. You want to show them the particulars. Hey, how many words do I need on a page? How many times should I be posting blog posts? How do I distribute those blog posts around the internet? Okay? Show them that they can do it themselves. Show them that this is everything that you need to do. Trust me, they don't want to have to do it. After the presentation, every single one that I had someone come up and say, you know, I've got my friend, she comes in the office 3 days a week, and she helps write some blog articles and this and that. And it was like, great, you know, at least you're doing something, acknowledge it, right? But then when you start asking questions about, well, you know, what's her experience in online marketing? You know, does she go to Google conferences? Does she, you know, when's the last time that she did any training? When, you know, is she up to date on the challenges, and how is she actually putting the stuff out there? Because it's a lot of work, and she's probably not getting to it, even though she's working hard on it. So you have to acknowledge the fact that a lot of times these people have somebody, it could be their wife, and you don't want to offend anybody. But being able to show, yes, you can do this by yourself if they've got the time, but do you really, you know, have the time to do what's really needed? And being very upfront with that. You know, I mean, it's a lot of time in distribution, especially when you're doing it all by hand. Or how are they submitting citations? By hand. Well, you know, show them they can go to whitespark.ca and do a search on what citations they have in their competitors. Show them that they can do that for free themselves, right? And they will, the more you give, the bigger your return, trust me. Sharing an insider secret for free. Talking about, hey, well, is your person doing something with Google? You know, like, because it's very important that they do. They will come to you for help. Dumb it down. Dumb it down on your presentation. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Okay? Try and cut down on the jargon. All of the, you know, industry terms that we use. Oh, it's an H1 tag. It's a meta tag. It's a, you know, everything. When you go into that, Google Analytics, and you're looking at bounce rate, these things really lose people, and you know that because their eyes glaze over. Okay, and during my presentation, I was very upfront and said, hey, guess what, guys? You're gonna hit some of this, but I'm gonna talk about it and really show you. So it's things that you need to understand, but if you don't, it's not going to kill you. Study anything. Do you think that that guy who owns the law firm, and you're talking to the partner of the firm, and you think that he's going to want to go out and study anything about this thing? No, he doesn't have the time. He's going to his marketing department to get into that, and they're not going to want to study anything either. So make sure that you dumb this stuff down so that anyone can understand it. And test it on someone outside your circle. If you're always talking about marketing like I am, to my wife or whatever, they're not going to spot the fact that they don't understand it because maybe you've schooled them on it. So find someone outside your circle. If you can explain online marketing to a friend who's over the age of 60 and they get it, you've got a winning presentation, okay? That's, depending on your demographic, I'm not picking on anyone over 60, but when we were at the NADA and I could explain exactly what we do to someone who told me they've never owned a smartphone and they really don't use a computer, when you can explain what we do to someone like that, you can explain it to anybody, okay? So think about, and dumbing it down, that's not supposed to be, that's not being offensive to anybody. We just want to make it simple, okay? Making it simple, anyone can understand what you do, right? Now, you also want to show, like we did in this example, show that you're different, okay? What I basically said was, I asked the group, do you have a current SEO provider? Raise your hand, right? Now, it's not that there's good providers and there's some bad providers that are out there. We're not here to tell you who's good and who's bad. But what we're here to do is say you need to audit who you're using to make sure that they're covering all the bases. And if not, then at least you know what you're paying for. Because, guys, we're going to show how you can go and say, are you doing all of these things? Because guess what? You're doing all the right things. You can, you can always get on, somebody can get on your the site on what we're optimizing. You can always poke some holes in it. Oh, they didn't do this, and oh, they need more of that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying, hey, here's a checklist of everything that you need to be doing every month, and I guarantee you those SEO providers that are out there are not doing all the work that we do. So you're going to really have an opportunity when you audit their current SEO provider. What services are they offering? And you don't compare them to yourself when you're doing this. You just say, hey, these are all the things they need to be doing. It is inferred that you're doing those things, okay? You could do a workshop on how to choose a marketing consultant and give away, we had this checklist that we gave away that they were able to download, and it was all of these questions about, does your marketing consultant or the company do this, 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 this? And we just went through the line items. It's pretty simple to make a checklist. Just go to the eDasher and download the line items and create questions surrounding those line items. Does your SEO provider do this? Or does your marketing consultant do this? And just making yes or no. This is a giveaway that you can give away on your website, okay? This is something that you can give away on your association's website, how to choose the proper marketing consultant or the proper online marketing company. Give them this checklist. Because if they're doing all those line items with their SEO campaign, then they're on the right track, and most are not, okay? Unless you come across another sales partner that's representing, that has the virtual group product out there, then of course they are, okay? So how to make sure you're getting value is another one, with your SEO campaign. Are they doing this stuff? And then, how does your provider compare? These are just different titles that you could use, or some different directions that you can go with your workshop to show that you're different. Okay. So now this part is how to sell without selling a thing. Now you've got this great presentation. You're showing that you're willing to help people, and this is the biggest thing. Be willing to help. Okay? Associations are usually there to help their members, and you're part of that association. So your job of your position of going into the association is all about helping. Okay? If you sincerely want to help people, you will get business because they will recognize that. If you're in this for the short game and you just want to go out there and land money and boom, 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 and be done with it, that's okay. You know what? Easy in, easy out. It's not going to make you build a long-term business with relationships. Okay? So if you're willing to help people, go into these associations with that in mind. The money will come. Okay? Offer free consulting. And when I mean free, I mean like free. Like, hey, yeah, you know what? I'll be glad to sit down with you. I'm not going to charge you per hour. I'll be glad to come in. And if you're part of the association, I would love to do that. Normally, I charge $1,000 to do a full-on consultation. But, you know, I'm passionate about helping people in the fellow members of the association, and I offer free consulting. Okay? So be willing to help. Build trust by participation. Go to the meetings. Go to the yearly events. Have a booth. Okay? Be seen and heard. That doesn't mean just go and sit in the back of the room. You've got to go and get involved. This is the key. Involvement. When you're talking to people and say, hey, this is what I do, being able to hand them a business card or a virtual business card, getting, scanning their card, talking to people about what you do, or most importantly, get people to talk about what they're doing. People love to talk about themselves at these meetings, but they give you great insight into what they're doing and what they're passionate about, and you can turn that around and you can really earn a friend and get that trust. Because people in this industry, that SEO has a negative connotation. They're getting hammered, and you can be able to tell them, you know what, I'm a marketing consultant, and I cut through all the BS when I'm sure you're getting 10 emails a day from these SEO providers from the Philippines or from India or whatever. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors in our industry, and I just love. I'm passionate about digital marketing, and I really love helping people. Okay, that's the bottom line. If you're able to say that, then you're gonna get that trust, and you're gonna show it to them by being there. Okay, it's not just joining an association and not participating. You've got to participate. Also, you got to walk the walk. Okay, you got to practice what you preach. So what you need to do is you need to go and look, review your website. Does your website have content that is current and is even geared toward the association, not the niche that you're looking for? Now, you can go after several different niches and several different associations. That's not a big deal. But make sure you have some pages on your website that are completely geared toward that niche and the challenges that they face. Okay? Review your own marketing. What are you doing inside that area? And do you have a little paid campaign going on? Are you optimizing your own SEO and doing an SEO campaign toward that niche that you're after? Are you being seen on Facebook or doing a remarketing campaign? These are all things that you need to consider, especially at the association meets. Being able to, what was cool is we did a geo-targeted campaign for mobile ads, and we covered the entire, downtown New Orleans. So not only did they see me on stage giving a workshop, but when they left the workshop and they're around town or in the casino down at Harrah's, and they pop on the USA Today, there's a big ad talking about getting the right return on investment on your digital marketing, okay, especially toward car dealers. So these big events are an excellent opportunity to do some geofencing and really going after directed traffic, even with Facebook, okay? So consider that. But think about your own marketing. Practice what you preach. Look at your social media. What are you doing inside your own social media to promote what you're doing, and also targeting that niche? So when they go and you join this association, do you have some posts about that niche? Okay? And it doesn't have to be overnight. And trust me, don't wait to go after the niche until you do these things. You want to get in, you got to take action now, right? Don't wait to say, oh, well, maybe my website isn't perfect, or, I don't have a 1,500 posts on my Twitter. Those are all excuses for people to not go out there and get the business. So I want to tell you, it doesn't matter about that. It's just practice what you preach. If you're going to tell someone you need to be consistent in your marketing, you also need to be consistent in your own marketing. A lot of us as marketers, we overlook that. I am just as guilty. I spend more time concentrating on your campaigns than I do for our own. For the last year, a virtual group did zero marketing at all. Everything that we have has been from word of mouth and from our current business and growing, organically that way. We haven't done any advertising whatsoever. We just maybe did a paid campaign a couple of months ago, and then we actually stopped that because So I'm telling you, I also have to practice what I preach. Okay, but more so on the retail side. This is all about you on the retail side. I'm B2B, and as far as I'm concerned, we've got a great group of sales partners, and I want to help you guys expand your business. I don't really need anybody else coming in. If you're new, I welcome you. But, we're doing great with our current sales partners. We're not looking to be the biggest. We want to be the best. So anyway, walk the walk. If people see you walking the walk, it's another excuse for them to buy from you because they go, wow, this guy not only does it, but he lives it. Be personally accessible, okay? Now, remember, associations are all about connecting with one another and helping each other. So being able to say, hey, here's my card, and you know what, let me jot down my personal phone number in case you ever need anything, you call me, okay? You'd be surprised. I do this all the time. I give out my phone number all the time. You guys have seen emails from me with my personal cell phone number. It's not abused. People text me. They have an issue or, hey, introducing themselves, and I like that. I want to be personally accessible to each and every one of our sales partners, and people know, hey, I go through the staff to get to a lot of stuff, but you know what? If someone's got an issue or they have a big deal, you can get a hold of me personally, okay? Being personally accessible is very important. Okay, so let's see here. If you're new on this, if you're new to us or you're a new member, maybe you don't have it, but I want to send this to you real quick. So I've posted my phone number right there. That's my cell number. You can reach me, even if I'm in the Philippines, you can reach me. This is what it's all about, being accessible, okay? So, ask for referrals. Now, this is the biggest thing. If when you're doing business and you've got you've started launching campaigns inside the association, you're doing your thing, people will seek you out. After I got through each one of my presentations, I said, if you have questions, if there's anything that was asking, well, who do you work for, or what do you do, or how can I get started with this kind of campaign, I said, please just talk to me after the workshop in person. And they were lined up, man. It was just easy. And we knew that we could really help these guys. And I know that in your heart, you can help these guys too. Okay? So once you've taken, maybe you've got a few months under your belt with a couple of your clients, or 10 clients, but don't hesitate to ask for referrals. You can say, hey, you know what, you might actually spread the word because we were able to help you. I'd love to ask you to send me some business. Ask them for testimonials, okay? Asking for, one of the things that in the booth that was really cool is when they had these quotes and from when we started with this company, we have 500% increase in traffic. right? That was a great lead. They took emails and they printed the emails out that they were getting from clients, and they just had them everywhere. Someone had like, well, who to use? Well, here, look, here's the emails, bang, 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 actual printed, so it looked like, yeah, they just printed those off the email. So get testimonials, you know, and also refer people to your customers. You know, if you've got a real estate agent that you're doing business with, if something comes wrong, try and throw them some business. But at least let your customer know that, hey, you know what, this is a two-way street. Not only do I want to help you with your digital marketing, but I also want to, if I get somebody, I'm going to send them your way because they're going to do the same for you. So that's really what happened after the presentations, okay, is you're going to get mobbed. People are going to ask you a dozen questions about helping them. We had questions everywhere from strategy to what is a blog, okay? So if you're doing one of these association meetings, an expo, having a booth is really great. If you can't afford to have a booth, just be a speaker. Just be a speaker. Take lots of business cards. All these places, you know, they maybe have an anti-pitching type of deal. Don't, if you can't give away business cards, which I didn't, I just said, okay, hey, you know, give me your number and I'll call you. Give me your business card and I'll call you. There's nobody will ever get on to you about doing that, okay? And a lot of associations will not mind if you do pitch at the end or whatever. Just let them know that you're not there for that. You know, it's a byproduct. It will happen anyway. When you come out there and you expose a lot of the issues that are going around in our industry, and you show what they should be getting, they're automatically going to come to you and say, how do I get what you've got? And it's like, boom, just go ahead and write the check for the new car because you're going to get flooded with business. These guys, we did the presentations. I'm telling you right now that these guys have leads on 400 rooftops. They didn't need 400 leads. These are multiple dealers that have multiple sites, but we're talking about 400 possible campaigns. If these guys went out and they land even 20% of those campaigns, they're looking at huge money. So that's the power of these associations. Yes, that's a big one, the NADA, but guess what? There's an equally large association and expo in all of these different niches that you need to participate in. The booth that they had was next to, you know, other competitors, not too many in the digital marketing space. It was a hodgepodge of things being displayed. Everything from wash, complete car washes, or auto, or GPS units, to air fresheners, anything and everything that had to do with the automobile industry was there. So the SEO big, huge booth that was there just got the attention, and people were either interested or they weren't. But it's okay. It's being there, and actually the secret to the sauce was giving the presentations. If otherwise, you're just another booth. So get out there, join the associations, and get in front of people. It will pay. I will help you. You need help? Reach out to me. Love to come to your area. Love to do something with you, especially for a big expo. We'll make the right type of deal, and I'll be able to help you. I'll bring staff if I needed to. I flew out. Ala was there, Christine was there, Glyza was there. They all came out and showed up, had a great time in New Orleans, and it was very successful. So get out there. Let's crush this 2017 together. Let's see. All right, so sorry about the tirade, but I want to challenge you to take action today, right? Find an association right now, okay? By this weekend, do something with an association. Get something lined up. Join a business group. If you don't have an association, find a business group in your area. I don't care if it's 5 people and they specialize in widgets. Go and find the widget business group and join it. Get your presentation prepared. If you need some help with it, hey, put it all together, send it to me. I'll look at it. I'll give you my honest opinion of where you need to change it up, okay? And if you've already got that, if you already have a presentation, you're already part of an association, then you know what? Call that association right now and get booked for a meeting. Get booked to show them a webinar. Book something, okay? But do it. I'm challenging you right now. Send me an email. Send me an email to connect@virtualgroup.co and let me know what you're going to be doing on this, and I'll be glad to chime in and help you. Okay. So before we get into Valentine's Day, I want to go through some questions. And so if you've got questions, go ahead and throw them in. I'll be glad to help you. Let's see here. Okay. And yes, I am in the States right now. I am finished with the deal with the show and all that stuff in New Orleans. This week has been kind of catch up because I was down there for almost 2 weeks getting prepared and really meeting with some people in that area and stuff, and it was just a really great thing. But I am going to be coming around the States, so if you get in touch with me and you want to meet up, and I'm looking at like where our pro members are and stuff like that, I'm looking at some different cities, but if you've got some opportunity, you want to sit down, I'm going to try and make the tour before I go back to Manila, okay? So just throwing that out there. Let's see here. And send me an email. Let me throw my email in the chat real quick so you guys have it if you don't. Many of you guys do. But, Jonathan.Kirkland@virtualgroup.co. So this is my direct email. Let me, give me time to get back to you. If it takes me a few days, it's just because as you can imagine, I get a lot of emails and I'm very involved with the staff every single day. So be patient with that. Let me go back here and let's see what meetup groups. Tom was talking about meetup groups. Yes, meetup groups are great. If it's not an association, go with the meetup group. I prefer business associations. I think that you get people with the same type of problems. Okay, so that's what I prefer to go to those sort of things. This presentation is, Margie, it is downloadable. We will send you this presentation, this PowerPoint that I have right here. I'll be glad to send that to you. If you, and it'll go out to all the people that are on the webinar. If you'd like a sample of what we did with the NADA, I'll be glad to do that. I want to take some things off that were specific to that group, but I'll send you a dumbed down, easily customizable version of the presentation that I did for the NADA and let you customize that out. You know what? Tom has a good point here. What if we did not use the overused, misunderstood phrase SEO, but used words describing the components and optimizing, etc.? Absolutely. I agree with you, Tom. It is, SEO is a 3-letter bad word, and it's got a lot of negative connotation. If you go toward digital marketing and all the services that are out there, you're not even necessarily selling SEO. You might be selling paid search. You might be selling new websites. So replace that. But what we did is we specifically went after SEO because of the value that it offered long term. But it's a very good point. Let's see. We did record I did record the presentation. I'll see if I can get a copy of it that I did for the NADA. Downloaded. It is their property, and it's on their NADA University. So I don't know if I'll actually get that, but I we'll find out. Let's see here. Okay. Are these duplicate content from one association? Actually, that was duplicate content that I showed was a blog post that are on Ford websites. So if you go to medical websites and you find a blog post, I just Google it. I Google the title, and you'll see if they're using one of these ones that was, provided to them. You'll find that a lot of times you'll get a lot of duplicate content going out there. Okay. Let's see here. You can make slides. Yep. It says here I can make slides for my area. Absolutely. Customizing your presentation to your area and to your niche makes it even better. In the beginning, if you don't have a case study, it's okay. We've got some case studies we can give you. You can connect that, and also with the mastermind that is forming and it's being started, you'll be able to switch out some case studies with other members of the mastermind. Okay, let's see here. How long was your presentation, Diego? My presentation was 40 minutes long, 45 minutes long with 15 minutes for questions. That's what the NADA required. So it was about 40, 45 minutes and 15 minutes for questions. And I didn't go over. The presentation that I had actually was perfect, and it had so many examples. It was just overwhelming with the examples. You know, the advantage you're going to have that I didn't have at the NADA was the fact that we had to submit this presentation in late August, early September, and I didn't give it until the end of January, right? A few days ago. My last day was on Sunday, so it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I had a presentation. And in our industry, things change fast between August and now. Even where the heat map was, you know, at the top there, they've got ads there now with Google. So things change fast. You'll be able to keep your presentation really up to date. How many prospects did you leave the event with? It was 400 plus stores, and you know, it was incredible. Okay, is there a sweet spot for how long a presentation when presenting to organizations? Kate, I believe that 40 minutes is good. Nobody wants to go on and on and on. 40 minutes, it'd be great, and then allowing another 15 minutes for question and answers and keeping it under an hour. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. Going through these. How can I get the case study? Just contact us, William. Connect at virtualgroup.co, and we can get you that. We are building more case studies. If I reach out to you and say, hey, do you mind if I use your client for a case study? I would appreciate it. If not, that's okay. I understand, you know, client confidentiality. People ask all the time, well, why don't you have great case studies to give people? And it's, well, we don't own that. You know, our work is owned by our sales partners. So I need to get, you know, I can't just give away their clients. And it's hard, as much as you say, well, you can pixel out the results. It's pretty easy to figure out who we're talking about when they go to it. And it has happened in the past where, you know, the person on the case study got approached. So we're kind of careful about that. And so that's the problem. When we're doing B2B work and not B2C, it's hard for us to disclose that sort of thing. I hope you understand. But that's why we're going to have the masterminds, and you can actually be able to share your case studies with other people in the mastermind, and that would really work out better. Okay, so I'll keep this up with the questions and keep them coming in. I want to go over this real quick before you guys leave. I know it's top of the hour. The Valentine's promotions, okay? So we have these promotions to thank our beautiful Aloe. She came up with these, some of the ideas for these, and we just wanted to thank her for that. I know she's probably turned beet red by having her picture on there, but you can thank CJ for that one. Okay, so you're going to love these, and all these are downloadable. But we've got, first one is First Smooch at 14% off. And what this is if you are a new sales partner and you've never done a campaign with us ever, if you can take advantage of this and get 14% off the SEO, PPC, or online reputation repair. So any of your first campaigns that you have, oh, sorry, did I lose you guys on the screen? Hold on. Sorry, I think I hit a button. Okay, sorry about that. I just got a message that the screen jammed. Sorry. Okay, so let's go back real quick. Here's Aloe. I want to make sure you got to have that. All right. Okay, good. Sorry about that. It was me. I was clicking around, and I'm using this one screen, and it gets difficult. Okay, so you've got the First Smooch. You're new. get in there. We're giving you your first campaign at 14% off. All right, so that's your first smooch. Let me steal your heart. Now, this is where we want to get something from our competition. We're bad like that. I know it's bad. If you have a campaign with a competitor and you bring it over to us, show us your contracts, work report, analytics report, something like a completion report, you can move that campaign over to us and we'll want to give you 14% off. Okay? And as long as you keep it up, you can keep the campaign at that 14% off going forward. Okay, up to a year. But you got to prove that you're bringing it from somebody else because we're trying to steal your heart. Okay? Let's take our relationship to the next level and get 14% off. So if you're currently on a SEO package with a standard package, if you want to upgrade that to premium, the campaign must have been active in the last 2 months at least, or currently active, I should say. If you want to upgrade from a standard to a premium where we have that Google amplified content, we're going to give you 14% off for the life of that campaign, as long up to a year. Okay, so if you upgrade standard to premium, it's 14% off. It's not applicable if you're downgrading. So if you've got an SEO 5, you need to keep it at least a 5 or more, but you can upgrade it for standard to premium for 14% off for the lifetime of the campaign. And that's taking our relationship to the next level. Now, this one is say yes to me again, and this is reactivation of an old campaign. If you've got an old campaign that maybe you lost the business or it's with a different provider or whatever like that, if you've got an old campaign that used to be with us, we want you to go back to your old customers and we want you to reactivate them. And we want to give you a 14% off one time on the setup in the month 1. But it needs to be a reactivation of an older campaign as long as you're an active partner. Okay? So those are our promos. We don't have a promo for just a straight up new campaign. Okay? If you have a new campaign, it's the regular price. If you want to do something on a quarterly, and I want to call it like, let's build a relationship. If you want to do something on a new campaign out of the box that doesn't qualify for any of these other promotions, call and talk to your account representative. If you want to do something where you committed to a quarter or something like that, we would be able to give you a discount on a prepaid for a quarter plus setup. But other than that, you have to qualify using one of these taking our relationship to the next level type of things. So anyway, editable client-facing promos are on the Dropbox. CJ, if you'll throw that into the chat box, or it's already there. Aloe, you're so fast. Even before I could even check, she already had it there. Download these things and look at them. If you have any questions about this promo, it lasts until March 16th. Okay, so it starts now. It lasts till March 16th, and it's a good 14% off. Of course, you know why I chose 14% off. It's the 14th for Valentine's Day. We love you. Okay, so web design. There's some Valentines here. We know you love your computer. We're doing free mock-ups. Okay, so if you want to close a web design project, this web design, they usually charge for this. It takes time to create a whole mock-up, but we want to do this so that we can woo that relationship. This is valid until March 16th, so if you're looking to get into web design or you've got some clients on the fence and you don't want to spend the $150 to get a mock-up done, contact us. Rob or Roy will be glad to walk you through this and get it done, okay? So jump on that. Say goodbye to high maintenance. Here you go, 14% off on our website, support and maintenance packages. These are great. I mean, really, it handles all of that. It's 4 hours of support every month, and it's going to be 14% off right now. Okay, so if you have any clients out there that have websites or your own website, start pushing this because it's really good because these updates are killing people. We do it all for you, 4 hours of support every month. E-commerce, 50% off on commerce, add-on premium theme site builds. Okay, so if you already have a site, you want to put add e-commerce on, 50% off. 14% off a full custom e-commerce package. That's value, guys. That's really a good deal. Those are some of our really top-selling packages, was the add-on, and also the full custom e-commerce package is where it's going. So that's great. Only till March 16th. It doesn't have it on here. So here's the promos for the web design Valentine's promos, okay, editable client-facing promos. If we can throw that in there, I would appreciate that. Let's see here. Of course, Aloe, thank you so much. Already has it. Oh, by the way, Shopify. I know I've talked about this on the most recent webinars a lot, but if you've got a client that says a brick and mortar or someone who has an e-commerce site and they want to get involved in Shopify, which is so big right now, get on top of it. We've got a great system for web design for Shopify experience. Okay. Okay, so the next VIP webinar is on February 16th. We hope you'll be there. I hope you enjoyed this webinar as much as I did giving it. It was really terrific, and I know that we have a huge opportunity with these associations. I want you to get out there, and I want you to take action on it today. If you're on the webinar and you haven't become a partner, go and register. It's free, and we've got a lot of services that you can add to your agency. And finally, if you're not following us, be sure and follow us on social media. Love to have you as a follower. Everybody, thank you so much for being on the webinar today. Absolutely, you'll get a copy of this sent to you, and we'll also get if you would like to see the presentation that I gave, I'll try and see if I can get a video, download it, and if not, at least I can get you the presentation that I gave in PowerPoint fashion. So anyway, thank you so much. We ran a little bit over, 15 minutes over today, but have a great weekend and take action. Do something now. I love you guys. See you later. Jonathan Kirkland, Virtual Group, signing off. Thank you.